YouTube, what's happening, man? It's Madeoff Productions, and I just wanted to discuss the pros and cons of having a studio outside the home and then having a studio in the home. And I'm going to start with the pros of having one outside the house. Now, the freedom of playing music all night, you got that. 24-hour access is usually a lockout building. You usually have a code to the door. You usually have a lock on your room. You know what I mean? You got all your equipment in there. It's pretty much furnished for you to come and just be creative and not worry about what's on the outside of that door. But if you are an artist or a producer, whatever, and you are offering services, sometimes that can kind of get in the way of what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Especially if the people that's coming in, they want to shortchange you and they kind of want to use your time to benefit them when they actually not really going nowhere. And you know that, but you can't turn dollars away because you still got to pay rent. So bam, now you stuck in between a hard place, which I'm always going to get the money. I'll work on my stuff later. It's not really that serious. I mean, it is, but you know, there's rent. You know what I mean? So another pro is you start meeting people, you start networking. When you do meet somebody, instead of bringing them to your house, which I don't do, but instead of bringing them to your house to work, you know, you have a place of business to actually accomplish that. And that's always a plus, you know, having somewhere for somebody to come, entertain them, you can show them your music, and it's more of a business setup. Now, the cons, like I said, I already mentioned that you're going to have a lot of people that probably want to pay you, but all business ain't good business. So, you know, they could be taking your time away from something you really want to do. And another con to that is you probably don't own the building. You probably renting from somebody and you really don't own the building. So anytime they want to just kick you out for the company you keep or you playing music outside in your car, because, you know, we all going to go do the car test outside, smoking around the building, it could be anything. So it's a few cons in there. So, oh, and the restrooms. When you're in a Lockout Studio, the restrooms, man, 9 times out of 10, you sharing it with, I ain't gonna even say who you sharing it with because I don't want to seem like I'm discriminating against any genre of music. So I'm just gonna say the restrooms be super nasty. And when you have a female singer, you know what I mean? They don't want to use those restrooms. That's kind of embarrassing. You know what I mean? So that's a con as well. Now, the pros of doing it at home is I could wake up, get right to the money, get right to it, produce at my house. You know what I mean? I got all the equipment. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all could see that, but you know, I'm recording here. You know what I mean? I got Logic Pro over there on that computer. I got the Universal LA610. I got the Warm Audio EQ, Universal Audio. Shout out to my man Flirt, you know what I mean? And that's kind of all I need to cook at home. You know what I mean? So that's a pro. Now the cons of that is I have to really do this when nobody is in the house. You know what I mean? But that's not a problem. You know, I just work out the schedule. I know when I'm going to record, nobody's going to be here. I can make beats all day when somebody's here. Another pro, you know, of course I'm LLC'd up, so this room right here is my business. I can write off this square footage on my taxes. Everything in here is a tax write-off. You understand what I'm saying? I got receipts. I'm paying for everything through the business. And you can do this with an outside studio as well, but I'm just saying at home, I'm actually writing off this space. You know what I mean? So that's a pro for me. Like I said, the cons, I'm not bringing nobody here. Has to be a certain time frame when I'm going to record or be playing loud music. But other than that, man, like, don't let nobody discourage you. I'm actually cutting costs by being in the house. So, like I said, from a person that's been in both places, I can't say which one I like better, but I will say having a studio sometime probably is better because, you know, I'm cranking music out all the time at late hours of the night. I want to hear it. I'll play the same song 20 times at max volume. You know what I'm saying? At home, headphones, maybe if nobody here, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I just wanted to let y'all know, man, like, if you at home and you got to do it from home, it can be done. Just make sure you got the right equipment. This is the same equipment that I had in the studio. Just make sure you got the right equipment, man, and the right ear to engineer your music and, you know, get to it, man. Hope y'all like, subscribe to the content, man. You know, as a producer, I'm going to be giving you a more inside look at what I do. You know what I'm talking about?